Well, hello there again. It's Proudy back with another episode of the first look at Football Manager 2019, managing Portsmouth. In the last episode, we took on Luton and beat them by 2-0 to start off the season very well. In this episode, we take on Peterborough in a clash of the top two. It's going to be a difficult one, this one. First things first, let's move on to the transfer deadline day and see who went out of the club rather than came in. We sold Ollie Hawkins to Peterborough United, one of our promotion rivals, and the team we're going to be facing in this episode. We may have weakened us and strengthened them, but he's joined them for 130k, so there's always a silver lining. Whether I know what that silver lining is remains to be seen. One of my lookalikes, Danny Rose, has also moved to Luton Town for 85,000. One of my central midfielders who probably wasn't going to play this year, so I didn't want to keep him at the club bleeding our wages. So unfortunately, there's only one lookalike like me at the club now, and that's actually me. We also made a late bid for George Moncur from Barnsley, but unfortunately I didn't have enough transfer budget to finalise it. Which means that I brought him in on loan a few weeks later, and I said to Barnsley, I'll pay you 775,000 if he plays enough for me, which he won't be, so I won't be playing him this year. I mean, I'm only kidding, his stats aren't too bad for this level. I probably will play him here or there if Brett Pittman gets injured, which I hope he doesn't, because if he gets injured then, well, we're screwed. Finally, we took on two players on trials. J. Emmanuel Thomas, who's recently been released by QPR, joins us for 2 weeks. And we've also brought back a former favourite, Nico Cranshaw. He has joined us on trial for 2 weeks as well. I can already hear Harry Redknapp in the background foaming at the mouth. One of my new favourite features this year is that you can see which players become motivated or demotivated in your press conferences. Nico Cranshaw somehow was pleased with my assistant manager's comments before the Carabao Cup game against Middlesbrough. Nico Cranshaw doesn't even play for us. How is he getting motivated when he's never going to play? But let's move through our recent fixtures, and we did lose to Blackpool away by 1-0, which was our second game after the Luton game. Bit of a disappointing result. We did dominate possession and dominate the game, but we just couldn't find a way through. I think we hit the bar like twice as well, which was kind of annoying. It was then followed up with a narrow, unlucky defeat, some would say, away at Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup. Once again, we dominated possession and dominated the game. Unfortunately, we just couldn't win yet again. But we did bounce back with a very good 4-2 win away at Bristol Rovers. And Andre Green was our standout player. He scored twice just before half-time. And we were 4-1 up before the break. Unfortunately, we conceded in the second half and didn't really threaten to score again. So, once again, a little bit disappointing end, but a win's a win. We did follow that up with a narrow 1-0 win away at Doncaster. Jamal Lowe got the only goal and then got injured, unfortunately. Doncaster were bottom of the league when we took them on, so to only win 1-0, not the greatest result in the world, but as I say, a win's a win, and we're just racking them up now. And then it was followed up with a very good 4-1 win over Plymouth at home, and once again, we just thrashed them in the first half, and they just couldn't come back into the game. So, yeah, we've just been great recently. And finally, it followed up with a 3-0 win at home to Shrewsbury, which brings us into this game against Peterborough. Peterborough are currently second in the league while we're top. So, top two clash already in the season. Now, whether I bottle it, we'll find out in a minute. Finally, before we move into our game against Peterborough, away from home, I did finish third in Manager of the Month. I mean, that defeat against Blackpool is even more annoying now. And now we move into our game against Peterborough away from home, and it's a clash of the top two. We're currently top and Peterborough are second, so a win is vital here to keep us top of the pile. But I'm going to stick with the same team that played against Shrewsbury and won 3-0. So we're going to stick with Luke McGee in goal. Dion Donoghue is going to play at left back with Matt Clark and Jack Watmore in centre, while Anton Walks plays at right back. Ben Close and Ben Thompson, the two Bens, will play in the middle, while Gareth Evans plays as the number 10. Jamal Lowe is on the right. Andre Green, who's been on very good form recently, plays on the left. And Brett Pittman leads the line for us. So, it's a strong team again. We've thankfully avoided injuries so far this year. So, we're going to go into it. Now, as we did in the first episode, we beat Luton by 2-0. Peterborough, more of a difficult side. They got some very good players in there, like Matt Godden, Jason Cummings, Sakiri Dembele. Probably the standout players. I mean, Ollie Hawkins, who we sold to them, is playing at centre-back. Now, he can play at centre-back, but that is... I wasn't expecting that, I'm not going to lie. But they set up a bit more defensively at home, which is a bit surprising. We are sticking with a tiki-taka sort of system in the 4-2-3-1. So... yeah, I think a big game is a huge game. We're trying to see what we should say. I'll say we're favourites for a reason. They've looked nervous. Not gone well. If we lose this game, then it's my fault. No, I just technically want a good performance. If we can dominate possession like we have done recently, it would be good. The tiki-taka system has worked with us. I have got my centre-back on corners for the meantime. I'm not sure why. You know, he's left-footed and he's taking them from the left anyway, but I'm sure I'll fix that over the season once I find someone who can actually take corners. Also, if anyone has come over to this series or this mini-series thinking that I'm going to give you a tactical masterclass, you're on the wrong channel. The tactical masterclass is the fact that I'm actually top of the league after 7 games. But we've picked up the ball in midfield here. Ben Close playing it short. Now, I've got Gareth Evans playing as an advanced playmaker, but I've got him dropping deeper as well. He can't really play the position that well, and he's not a natural, but I haven't got many options in terms of strikers, and Brett Pittman has to play up front, who is normally my number 10 as well. And talking to Brett Pittman, he lays off the ball, Jamal Long. Ben Close fires it over. It's a positive start by the boys. Okay, we're playing very well, but we still haven't got the goal to break through here. Ben Thompson into the box. Brett Pittman fires it wide. We haven't even had a shot on target yet, as far as I know. I'm going to encourage the boys. A few of them are looking nervous, which isn't great, because, I mean, it's a big top 2 clash. As long as we don't win and we draw, then that's fine. Peterborough haven't had a shot yet, which is positive, a positive statistic to take at half-time. Away from home, against a team who are battling us probably this season for promotion and the title. You know, we're dominating the ball in midfield. I think we had like 69% possession, which is astounding. Even though we are playing a tiki-taka sort of system, but in League 1, your player stats aren't going to suit a tiki-taka system too well. So that is pleasing. Yeah, people haven't really had much of a highlight, and, well, Ben Thompson has just gone and sived the man down and has got a red card. Not sure how that's happened. We're going to drop Evans back. I mean, we've been dominating the ball all game. You know, we've been dominating the game, and now we're down to 10 men. It's great. And Andre Green with free kick straight into the wall. I'm not sure how much different this is going to play, because now we have obviously lost on number 10 because I've dropped Evans back to centre midfield. It means that we might get overrun a little bit here, and Jason Cummins shoots into the side netting. They've not really done much. We're going to go cautious. We're going to try and hold on to the ball a bit more. We're going to try and make a positive change. Joe Mason is going to come on for Brett Pittman. Joe Mason, who is on loan this year for us, and maybe he might be the difference. I might put Adam May in instead of Gareth Evans, because Adam May can play as a box-to-box midfielder a lot better than Gareth Evans can. It doesn't look good. I have to admit, it does not look good at the moment. As long as we don't lose, it's fine. I think we're going to make one more change. We're going to probably send on Tom Naylor to play as a deep line playmaker. Try and freshen up the midfield. We played fairly well. I'm not going to lie, we played fairly well. The first half was fantastic. The second half was utterly dire because I decided to go cautious. Oh, Mason's in. Oh, he's tackled Jamal Lowe. He's won it in injury time. We've won the game. It's a smash and grab at its very finest. I didn't even see that coming. I was so sure we were going to get the 0-0. And we've somehow exploited their defence. Jamal Lowe has fired it in at the near post. And we've won the game with 30 seconds left. Incredible scenes. We're going to extend our lead to the top of the table as well to 5 points. It's truly sensational. Maybe I'm a tactical genius after all. Oh, we have another highlight. Adam May fires it over. We could have won the game 2-0 in the last minute. But we have won. We've beaten Peterborough away from home. Like, if that goal came in the first half, I would have said it was deserved. But the game is definitely not deserving of a goal for us. But we'll take it. We'll take it. I've completely stolen that victory. I've been saying that this year is my year. I think it might be true. Hopefully you've enjoyed this first look at Football Manager 2019 with Portsmouth. There will be another episode tomorrow at 6 PM, which we will be looking at another game in the month of October. But if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you drop a like and subscribe and comment how you think I'm going to do this year. I mean, I think I'm going to win the league at this rate because I've already beaten one of the big teams in the league and I'm top by 5 points. I mean, what's to lose? Obviously, other than my credibility, which seems to be going downhill all the time.